So now we'll tell you about the various connections on the RAM's board. This motor here is called as X-axis motor, and you can see that the X-axis motor connector is connected to this port. Similarly, this one is called as Y, and these two connectors here, which you can see like here, this one and this one, these two are for the Z-axis motors, which runs the gantry. So these two motors are connected right side by side to each other. Now this connector is for the extruder motor. Okay. Now in case if you have to disconnect your connectors from the RAMs, always make sure that they are connected in the same orientation again. That is, the color of these wires should always be in the same orientation. Like the blue should be on the right side, in this case black should be here, and similar to all the other colors, right? Because if the wires orientation is changed, the motors will move in the opposite direction. So that is what you have to take care of. Second thing is the stepper drivers. These are the stepper drivers. One stepper driver is used for running one stepper motor. Like for X-axis stepper driver, we have X-axis motor, we have this stepper driver. For Y, this. For Z, we have one stepper driver, because both the motors have to move simultaneously. So that is why we have one stepper driver for moving both the Z-axis stepper motors. For extruder, we have one driver. This is for extruder. After this, I will show you how you can adjust the voltage of these stepper drivers. If you see closely these stepper drivers, you can see that there is one screw on top of each stepper driver. That is this screw. This is actually called as potentiometer. This screw here. So by rotating this potentiometer, you can increase or decrease the voltage provided by the stepper driver to the stepper motors. Whenever we supply ORDBOT, the voltage of the stepper drivers is pre-adjusted to the optimum level, so that the stepper motors move without causing any issues. But in case the stepper drivers go faulty, and if you need to replace it with a new stepper driver, once you put the stepper driver, always adjust the potentiometer in the clockwise direction. You will move the stepper driver in clockwise direction like this, right? And you will take it up to 1.1 volts for X and Y stepper motors. For Z, you will keep it at the default value. There is no requirement of increasing the voltage. For extruder, you can keep it up to 1.15, right? And also, the orientation of the stepper drivers on the RAM's board is very important. In case you take out the stepper drivers, make sure that they are always inserted in the same orientation on the board. That is, the potentiometer, this screw which I told you earlier, should always point away from the main connectors board, like this board. From this board, this screw will always point away in the opposite direction. If you put the stepper drivers in wrong orientation, it might burn the stepper driver or might damage the entire board as well. So this is about the stepper drivers. Now here you can see the connectors of the thermistors. This connector, this one, is the thermistor of the hot end, and this connector is the thermistor of the bed. So in case if you get an error of max temp on min temp, first thing you should do is always check the connector on the RAM's board, that whether it is properly fitted or if it is loose, because in case if it is loose and the pins are not properly touched with the connector, it might result in the max or min temp error. Then thirdly, these are the connectors for the end stops. So since there are 3 end stops which we have in ORDBOT, so we have 3, since we have 3 end stops, so we have 3 connectors here. First one is for X axis, second one is for Y axis, and this one is for, third one is for Z axis. In the end stops as well, take note of the orientation in which the connectors has been connected. The red wire on each end stop connector will always be on the inside, will always be on the inner side of the RAM's board. If the end stops are connected in the wrong orientation, it might also lead to the damage of the end stop and to the damage of the entire board also. X axis end stop is connected to X minus. Here you can see that it is written X minus. Similarly, Y end stop is also connected to Y minus, which you can see on the board. This is Y minus. And in the same manner, Z end stop is also connected to Z minus. And always make sure that the pins are properly inserted. So this is the end stop connection. Here you can see the LCD connector. Now if you closely see this LCD board, you will see here that something is written which is hidden by this plastic connector. So the top part is written, what is written underneath this plastic part is EXP2. Similarly, you can see here in the underneath this plastic part, it is written as EXP1, right? So now if you see this LCD here, you will see that here also we have the same thing written, that is EXP1 and EXP2 here. This is EXP2. So the connector, so the wire from EXP1 will go to the connector on EXP1 here, which is written as, if you closely see, you will be able to make it out that it is written as EXP1. And in the same manner, the wire from EXP2 will go to the port on EXP2 here on the LCD. So this is how you will connect your LCD. So this is all about the connections on the RAM's board for ORDBOT Hadron.